Hello, Crown Royals. Welcome back. Tonight we have a special guest that we are rolling out the red carpet to. Before I introduce her, I will go ahead and play her intro. Her um, amazing intro, as a matter of fact. So, wait, before we get started, make sure you have your drink, make sure you got your stuff rolled up, make sure you have whatever it is that you want to have ready for the show, because tonight is going to be a treat for real, for real. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and play it and then we'll get started. So, first of all, welcome and roll out the red carpet. That was so
Girl,
super sweet that you
I'm
did
over
that.
in tears.
Right, look, hold on. Okay.
Ooh.
First, I want to say welcome. Thank you. It's been a pleasure and an honor to get to know you. And you have done some amazing things. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm the brat, the baby doll, the crybaby doll, the one always crying, the most sensitive one. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, I haven't watched that bio in a minute, and it definitely brought me to tears. I miss my friend so much. I miss 007, celebrity fashion stylist, mogul, artist, designer, life coach, all that. I'm a lot of things. Party promoter now in Vegas.
Period.
It's a lot popping. It's a lot popping.
It is. It is. So I'll give you a minute because you haven't seen it in a minute. So I'll give you a minute. I do want to acknowledge and acknowledge the reason why she is emotional. That is Jamie behind her in the picture. That is the show we just saw everything about. And recently, Jamie unfortunately passed. What I will say is that it's an amazing thing to be able to have a best friend like that in life, because the more I meet people, the more I understand that what I thought was normal, and that's being loved by other women in a genuine way, I guess it's not. And so having somebody that loves you so much that immediately when you are gone, their life is not the same anymore. Immediately when they need you, you relocate because you love them so much. So to one, be a friend and have a friend like that is an amazing thing. And Jamie had a vision. I personally am most grateful for the fact that before she transitioned, she was able to see her dream. She was able to walk out of that house. She was able to do so many things in such a little period of time, and God gave her that. And so I just want to acknowledge and pay homage to Jamie and her work in the BBW space and people that she don't even know. So I want to do that. Thank you, Ro. Um, the plus size salon,
Thank you.
that was such an amazing idea. And really quick, but how I got to meet the girls and start to work with them is because I have a couple of plus size ideas that I had, and I was sharing one, and they was like, "Do you know Jamie?" And I was like, "No, I don't know her." And they were like, "You talk just like her. She's doing this and she's doing this. Y'all got to connect." And through doing that, then I saw each of your pages and reached out to the ones that I felt I wanted to reach out to. And so the timing is perfect. God's timing is perfect. And hopefully, I've given you a little bit of time to cool down. They didn't come to hear my voice, they came to hear yours, but I wanted to give you a minute.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I think I'm back.
Okay.
You probably might get
Okay.
some more tears because they've been unexpected
And
lately.
it's okay.
Well, they
It's
always
definitely okay.
unexpected, but
It's definitely okay. So, we don't know this, what I want to start with. So, I'm pretty sure most people have seen the promotions for Creed 3 and what just came out. And how much of an honor was that to wake up from a nap and out of all the songs that could have been chosen to be in that first trailer, that Instagram, it was yours. How did that feel? And right at your birthday, too.
yeah, it was right at my birthday. It was an amazing feeling. It felt like kind of all the other ones, but a little different because it was so fresh, so new, and it was on such an honorable actor who a lot of people love, a huge movie that a lot of us in the Black community love, and have been following since Creed 1. So to be able to be a part of that and them using one of my songs with the company that I work with, shout out to Marmoset. That was an amazing accomplishment. It definitely was another notch on my belt. Great first quarter team keeping me working. But it was a blessing, man. I was very happy to wake up today. I could definitely say. The team tagged me. I didn't even know it had came in. I had got word we might get it, but I didn't know it had came in. And they tagged me when I woke up that morning and saw it and was like, "Oh, we got it!" So it was definitely exciting and brought some joy to me. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about that. Maybe I get to meet Jordan someday. I don't know.
We're going to go together. We're going to work it from both ends so that we can meet him. So I'm not going to not acknowledge that, sometimes you just got to show out a little bit because the devil comes and try to take some stuff. And then you just got to show out. And then sometimes you wake up and you tagged and stuff and God showed out for you. And then sometimes you wear a mink and God shows out for you.
Yeah, I definitely had to pop my shit for you, madam. You already
Period.
know.
Period.
I'm definitely wearing, if you did not notice, the one and the only legendary shoulder mink that Jamie wore on the outro. Well, I don't know if they call it the intro of the show. This actually was her favorite mink, and it was gifted to me by DeMarco. And her sister was just very thankful and grateful that I had it, and the family approved. So I kept it, and I had to pop it on for you today. I put on her lip today, hung her picture today. I was gifted a lot of her belongings, and I'm grateful for that. I came back in town, and it was all just packaged up waiting for me to just get back to Vegas and kind of settle in. And then DeMarco dropped all his stuff over to me. And I was so excited. I couldn't touch it for a very long time. This is actually my first. I had put it in plastic, but this is my first time actually putting it on. I couldn't touch. Like I got a lot of her stuff, and I couldn't even get it out the bag that he brought it in to hang it on. Hang it up and things like that. But I'm grateful for it, and I'm excited. That's another reason I was getting emotional while watching the thing, because I was like, I can't believe she's not here. I can't believe this picture that everybody, if you follow me for years now, when I go on Instagram or live from Jamie's house, this is the exact picture that's always sitting behind me. But I'm sitting in her bedroom. So now I'm at home in my own living room with it, and it just was surreal for me to see that bio and thinking of her and wearing her lipstick and wearing her mink. It brings me sadness, but it also brings me joy because I had the strength to be able to be a part of such beautiful legacy that I get to cheerlead for and carry on and make sure, if don't nobody else do, it stay alive. Now, I probably ain't gonna never wear this outside, Jamie, but
I wouldn't. I would keep it in the house. And so, one thing that I do want to touch on. So, we've had discussion before, y'all. We had a almost 3-hour pre-interview. So, what I do for whoever I'm going to have on the show is I have a pre-interview because I want to know what you like, what you don't like, things like that. And then certain people I click with. So basically, I clear my schedule for the rest of the day so that I'm not rushing people, anything like that. And I feel like, so it was my directive. Those that know me know me. I don't like the bullshit. I don't like the bullshit. I could love two people and still call you out on your bullshit because that's a part of love. I told her I would have probably kicked in some doors like Van Damme. I got best friends, and in my space with my best friends, don't step on my toes. Don't do it. And so what I don't like, based on what I know, and this is my opinion, love all, don't like. Your best friend passed that you went to go take care of. You championed her the whole way. And not that the other girls didn't. But when she passed, that honor was taken from you to honor her. But you included them and put all the whatever could be aside, and somehow you got put out of it. Now, what I will share from my side, and then I'll let you give yours because mine is very little. It was the weekend that I was going to Jamaica. And so I felt really bad about one, not being able to go. But I was like, the first thing I thought when I saw the picture was, where's Double O? That's the very first thing I thought. And then I thought to myself, how could you let your personal feelings keep you from your best friend? Why aren't you there? What is going on? And so if I feel like that as a fan and an onlooker, then I feel like you deserve the right to tell your story because it was one versus everybody else, and we know what that looks like in the real world. So share with us whatever details you want to share around that space because it just wasn't right, and you deserve to clear that up.
So yeah, when Jamie passed away, I had reached out to everybody in the group text like, "Hey, I want to get started with the planning." This was like the day after New Year's or so, maybe the second or the third. Um, and I was back in Vegas, and I was like, "I want to get started with the planning on what we can do to pull together something huge for Jamie. She deserves this." No one had heard from her family, to my knowledge. We were all nope. The people in the group had not heard from her family. Um, and we were going to just proceed with doing something on our own. Um, I had reached out, and within a day or so, I was called and told that two of the girls were not dealing with me. They didn't want to plan with me. They wanted somebody more neutral to be a part of the planning. And I kind of just let it roll off my shoulder. My first response was, my feelings not hurt by that. But at the same time, if they can't put their feelings aside, even in this lady's death, then it further proves what everybody else is saying. Like, it's all about them, not Jamie. It's never been about Jamie. And even in her death, you can't make it about her. It's about you and how you feel and how you think I acted in interviews or said whatever I said, but I said what I said. And most of those things that I was saying didn't even come from me. They were reviews from the fans who watched the show. So it wasn't personal opinions that you disliked that I repeated. It was what you gave and what thousands of hundreds of thousands of people were saying and saw in my comments, on my pages, on my viral posts. So they just couldn't put those things aside. And I was like, okay, whatever. Telling the other person, like, hey, um, you help me then, because I have no fight in me. I'm further and every day reiterating that I have no fight. Whatever y'all want to do is fine, long as we do it together. I don't even care. Like, I just want to honor my friend in a huge way. So, Jamie's manager reached out to me and told me that some friends of hers from LA wanted to collaborate on a date in time. Like, so we would do a multi-city tribute. That was the vision. That was what we had discussed. And once we came up with that between her manager and the California friends, I relayed that to the other girls. Um, we were like, yeah, we think we should do pinks and minks. Like, we didn't have to stick to any themes. We didn't have to stick to any of that. The one thing that I feel that could have been bigger and would have memorialized her in a huge way is if we stuck to the multi-city tribute idea.
Yes.
Because if we put it out there like that, multiple cities would have joined us at the same date and time. And it would have
Absolutely.
been like
Multiple opportunities too.
a worldwide situation where multiple people, there were people in Arizona who wanted to do things, people in St.
Right.
Louis who wanted to do things. People
Vegas,
didn't have to
especially.
travel. Exactly. Like, we could have done this in multiple cities, even if one was in Miami and one was in the Bay. Everybody could have did their own if we wanted
Yes.
to, even though it would probably have been best if we all came together. But we could have even did a yard stream and everybody would have been together
Or travel to
online.
those spaces, made it a year long thing, anything.
Yeah. Well, and I'm drawing this out. Let me just close this story up. But long story short, um, midstream, my venues here in Vegas were costing more than expected. I offered to pay for the venue, but I also reiterated that it would not allow space for me to do any flowers. It would not. It was $1,500 if I spent $1,500 on a venue, and the person that I was communicating with, we've never communicated well, even on the show. So I don't even know why I thought that we could communicate properly, but I guess things just don't work
Because
out
you were
that
thinking
way.
like an adult.
Yeah, pretty much. And maturity don't come with age. So I relay this information. Hey, I could pay for this venue, but we need flowers, we need obituaries. We even discussed um um who would make it. I said I would make it. I've been doing all my graphics for a very long time.
Right.
Um and so I could do all of it. I've done my billboards. Every flyer you've seen Jamie put out in the past year, I made. Like the one that we announced her service. I mean, we announced her passing. I made. Like,
So how
so.
did you get removed?
So long story short, um, after I relayed that information, before I got back to the girl and the manager, I wanted to talk to us, the girls, basically, and I had to wait for a relay from the one person who would talk to me out of the girls.
So wait, quick
And just
question.
to
So
make
at
this clear,
no, quick
I know
question.
I'm
At
not
no
saying
point,
names.
I know, and that's okay. But at no point during this stretch of time did anybody's heart get softened, their brain think this isn't the most effective way to work because now you can make it business. At no point did they talk directly to you.
No, even in the group, they were like, "Is there any?" After I was told that the two girls didn't want to deal with me, um, um, after I was told that, they reiterated that by typing in the group, "Is there any way we can have someone more neutral be a part of the planning?" So they made it very clear to me that they didn't want to deal with me. They didn't want to communicate with me. I was told that by the third party. And let's just be clear, the only name I will say is Astra, which leaves it open for everybody else. But Astra has nothing to do with anything you hear me say today. Astra and I have no
She's so
issues,
bubbly and
no
cute.
problems. She's the neutral party. We haven't spoken since this, but I feel like if I reached out to her, she'll talk to me. I just haven't reached out. But I feel like they kind of go two ways too. But that's I'm not upset with her. She had nothing to do with this. I don't even believe she had much to do with this planning situation either. But for me, I wind up not going because the next day I got a text message that basically was actually that night when we I was discussing that I would pay for the venue. We just need to discuss the numbers on everything else because this is a lot of money. And I know we could probably find something cheaper, but I wanted to do it somewhere she was familiar to, her favorite venue where she did Club Baby Doll
Right.
and so forth and so forth. And so, long story short, they sent me a text that night. The one person who was speaking to me and who I thought we had mended our shit, but whatever. Um, she texted me was like, change of plans, and this is pretty much written in stone. I wish I had a printout of these text messages, but I looked at that shit like, are you? Nothing's written in stone. Like you ain't Moses
Let me
or
tell you
Jesus.
something real quick. Pause right here. Y'all know who my best friends are. I don't care if I haven't talked to them in forever. Talk to me like that about my best friends. Don't ever forget I'm from Pomona. Go ahead.
Okay, like this is pretty much written in stone. But we've decided to join the California Girls event. So somehow now they're communicating with the California girl. I'm assuming the manager connected them in a group without me because he initiated the conversation, which is me, the girl, and him. And so now I believe this is me assuming, but I'm almost positive there was another group created with just all of them, because then it became we're just gonna join the California girls thing. This is pretty much written in stone. Her venue's way cheaper. It's like $600, and we're just gonna go in on their event. And so I didn't reply. And the next day, I was called by this individual, and she was like, "Well, did you get my text message? Because this is happening." And I'm like, I just bust out crying. I'm gonna be honest. It was really not much I could say because my feelings was really hurt. Not by the girl so much, but for Jamie.
You're
That even in her
mourning.
death, this petty shit can't be set to the side to do this properly. So long story short, I was just like ranting, like I got this going on. I got an uncle dying. I might be having to adopt some kids. I don't know what's going on in my family. My dog having seizures every day that I just got for Christmas. It looked like it's dying, and it did.
Sorry.
I missed the fuck out of Jamie. Just a bunch of stuff, and I started ranting to somebody. You know, you can't do that to people who. You can't rant to somebody who never really cared about you to begin with.
Ever.
Because what
That's
they'll do
ammunition.
is, they'll take those words and kind of switch them around and try to make you look bad or make you look crazy to other people. When in reality, you got genuine feelings. And someone who's never experienced a true friendship and a true love of a friend in the capacity of what I not only have received but give would not understand how bad this is. And I have a history of losing my best friends since high school. Like, this is like the third best friend that I've had to say my goodbyes to in my lifetime. And a lot of people say, how you got so many best friends? I say, because
When
a
you're a
lot of
good
times,
person, you do.
and a lot of times I'm their best friends. Not to say that they're not my best friends too.
But I get what you mean.
But I grew up like I got my same friends since I was a child. Like my
Me
my
too.
number one best friend has been my
Right.
best friend since I was 7 years old.
Right. Me
And I
too.
have about 5 of those like that who I grew up in church and school with since I
Me
was a
too.
little girl. And they're all in
Everybody
St.
don't get
Louis.
it.
And I just turned 39. So if you thought I ain't meet no more amazing people on the way,
Right.
you know what I mean? You gotta be crazy. But I have an infectious spirit, and
You
I
do.
attach and gravitate to the same type of people. But I also, because I'm not judgmental, I also take in some bad seeds sometimes
Yeah.
too, thinking that I could put my impression on them and they'll change, and they don't. But
Right.
anyway, I ran into this person, and that was the worst thing I could have ever did. But in the end of that conversation, I wasn't opposed to going to California ever. I just reiterated that I think it's important that we do something in Vegas too, because yes,
Absolutely.
her legacy started in California,
But it's
but
spread.
it became what it was in Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
And it still has not been any type of memorial, any type of candle lighting, any type of flower, anything for her in the city of Las Vegas until I contacted the mayor and requested to put in a proclamation in her honor. But because they don't do proclamations for people after they pass, they gave me a memoriam to honor her and just
Oh,
memorialize her in the books of the state of Nevada. And that type of stuff is important to me because that stuff holds weight over, oh, well, we did this and you didn't even show up. Well, I didn't show up because I was excluded from
because
the
you wasn't
party.
invited.
I was invited.
You wasn't invited.
I was tagged and invited, but that was
You
even
wasn't
more fucked up
invited.
to me than anything. You canceled what I was trying to create for her and then invited me to some shit.
And told me what was going to happen. That's not inviting. And just like Seven said, Seven is here, and she said that fake people always show out when someone passes. The truth is, 007 was a genuine friend, and that's facts. I knew that about you before I knew you, so I know that that's the truth. And Hilda said, that is my cousin. That's sad you can't even yet that you can't vent to anyone. No, you really actually can't, because especially depending on who you are and what platform you have. And it is, in my personal opinion, that I've had to learn this, because I just don't see why anybody would be jealous of me. I'm a regular ass person.
I be
But
feeling like that too.
we had that conversation. But when I guess I get it now because I need to stop trying to get it from my thought process so I can understand other people so other people could stop doing shit to me and I will see it. If you are somebody that is genuine, regular, going on about your day, not overdoing it because it's just who you are, and all of these blessings keep coming to you when somebody else is fighting, backstabbing, doing all of this stuff to get them and they're not coming, instead of taking a step back, praying, do whatever you need to do to align yourself and be a better person and take a lesson from yourself, you would rather attack somebody that you don't even know when even if I didn't get it, you wouldn't have got it. You didn't earn it. You can work until your hands fall off, but if you do it with dirty hands, it's not going to work. And you can't be an ugly person. And I don't mean external, I mean internal. And you choosing to be, here's the other thing that I learned in the Bible, actually. You can't be nice to who it's easy to be nice to and then call that being a good person. You're a good person if you could be nice to somebody when it's outside of yourself, outside of your home. That's where the challenge is. It's easy to be good and nice to the people that you love, but do you do it because somebody is a human? They deserve it. It's not that serious to be mean to somebody. That's your actual character. So everybody thinking they're so amazing because your best friend says it. Can you tell me if a stranger that really knows you, attaches to you, know your real shit, will say it? That shows the character. And until then, you got some work to do. But you can't do nothing about that. And I feel like that's where the girl's problem may have been. They're all amazing in their own right. They are. But
and I still feel that way.
I do.
I
but
don't
you
have
have a
no
lot
hair,
of different
no
things.
curls towards these girls, do they?
You didn't say anything
I
bad to
feel
me
like
about
they
them.
need to. I just feel like, see, because I don't know where they been and what they really did, so I can't say I feel like they need to be around more people. I just feel like.
But I do think that's it. So stop right there, because as an onlooker who watched, I watched everything before I talked to anybody, before I got any background, anything. My perception of certain people, and again, I'm just a person, but I'm explaining that when you're disassociated, my perception was, oh, you think you too good to get out there and do regular shit. Oh, you think you're too good to do this because like that's kind of how you drove in. Like you was too good. You can't expect blessings to come into you. We are all entrepreneurs, but we all have the most bosses. The world is our boss. Do we need to cater to everybody? No, but our target audience, why are you disrespecting your target audience? They need to feel connected to you. And some of them I wouldn't walk up to if I saw them in public because I would really think that they would turn their nose up at me. And that's my perception, not that they would, but if it's my perception, you need to change it. I've had to change a lot of stuff about myself. And it was all because I was shy, nervous, whatever, but that wasn't the perception. So I worked on it. I didn't take it offensive. I worked on it to change it. What can I do? Can you help me? When you think you above help and you think you everything, you steady moving like this, calm down. Because I can't see anywhere in your timeline where you've done something. Not amazing yet. God has a lot in store for us, but you can't have it with that behavior. On your timeline, I Googled you. You could see things.
Yeah, I can't really say, but it was my feelings was more hurt for Jamie than myself. I definitely didn't expect that. And for me, it was like I could go, but I'm not going in the energy of where I know already. I've been told out of someone's mouth that y'all said y'all don't fuck with me and y'all not fucking with me. So why would I come to a place where it's that energy? And then I specifically said at the end of the initial conversation when we talked about it with the other girl, like, let me know what I could do. Let me know how I could be a part. Because she was, at this point, the only person I could talk to. I'm not going to reach back out to the California girl and let her know that we ain't getting along and they messy and this is a mess. I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So I just quit engaging with her at all because I knew she was already communicating with them and they had made their decision. Now,
from a business perspective, though, how do you not close the loop? If she was talking to you and decided to move forward in another conversation, how do you see that's getting in the middle of stuff? And that makes it so people don't want to work with you.
And I just bowed out because I didn't know what their dialogue was on the other end because I didn't even know how they was communicating with her. I don't even know how that happened. From my knowledge, it was me, her, and the manager. So I'm assuming the manager created something else, which made it messy between me and the girls.
Of course he did.
And so I don't
So,
know. I'm not gonna say today that was an intentional thing, but it's what happened. When you're dealing with women, you gotta know sometimes you gotta just let them do what they gonna do. If you gonna tell us, hey, y'all, it's in y'all ballpark, ladies. I hope y'all can put y'all differences aside and get this done for Jamie. Let's do it. I support y'all, blah, 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 blah. It should have been left at that and not tampered with. You know what I
right,
mean? But
right.
I guess they did what they felt they needed to do, and it was tampered with. And I don't know if it was on his doing or their doing or they requested this and he just did it. I don't know. So because I don't want to pin nothing on nobody, but
Right.
I really do not know. But it caused confusion. And at the end of it, I just was like, even with tears in my eyes, I still think it's important that we do something for her in Vegas. But let me know what I could do. If I need to make the flyers, make whatever, just let me know. Um, about 6 or 7 a week went by. An exact week went by, and then I was tagged by everybody in a post. And that's when I got offended because they didn't even have the decency to send me the flyer or ask me for pictures, or y'all hitting up the producers asking for pictures. Y'all don't know who talking to me and telling me what. But y'all,
Right.
I've been friends. I got her photographer for the past 3 years is my ex-girlfriend. Do you know how many photos I got? Over 5,000 photos of Jamie in multiple different looks. Photos that never been put out. I got them. Like nobody reached out to me to ask me anything. They planned it without me, and I'm standing on that. Because if I had any input, the flyer would not have looked like that. She would have had a legitimate obituary. I got baby pictures of Jamie. When we was taping, we exchanged all the baby pictures that they was telling us to send to them. I sent her mine. She sent me. I have a lot of photos of Jamie. Let's just say. I even have the last photo she took from the ambulance on the way to the hospital because she sent it to me. Like nobody reached out to me. They tagged me, and at that moment, I felt highly offended and disrespected, and excluded from the planning of my best friend's service. And I was like, I'm done at this. And when I tagged it, you could go back and check the receipts. The only post that I made was, "It's time for me to be quiet," because trying to express to people who don't care about my feelings
It's
how
a
I
waste of
feel in this
time.
moment is setting myself up for failure.
It is.
I literally had zero fight in me. I even expressed on the show, this wasn't fake, this was real. I've had anxiety issues since the beginning of 2021. I've been experiencing panic attacks really, really bad. The past 2 days, I have had the worst panic attacks that I've had ever to date, and have been in the hospital and currently have a heart monitor on right now. But God is good, because
All the
in the
time.
midst of my pain last night, in Jamie's honor, I threw the biggest party of the week in Las Vegas. Like,
Congratulations.
even people here that are like, not like, it's just crazy because I was one place and some people hated on me, and the girl was kind of acting real weird and just quit talking to me, like, and told me through somebody else Monday afternoon I needed to find somewhere at 4:30 in the afternoon. I needed to find a new location. Made one phone call to my friend Kelly J, one of the top DJs in Las Vegas, and was like, "Sis, I know you do Thursday nights over at Crush, but I need a location this week because they have literally just told me, and I got 72 hours to move it." With open arms, she was like, "Come, bring your people, bring this amount of people, and I'll pay you this. No expenses." I've been coming out $200-300 every week for an event and making no money. No money. And then get welcomed with open arms from the best in the city. So God is good. So it's still happening. This is
It
another reason
is.
why I hung Jamie picture today. Another reason why I put on this mink for you today, because I feel her with me.
She
I
is.
feel her pushing the movement through me,
She is.
regardless of whether I use baby doll or not, the name itself. She is literally pushing through me. I could not even realize, I could not even, I stood in the middle of the club last night, packed, like, I cannot even believe I pulled this shit off. In 30 days, I've been doing
Why?
this.
I told you to buckle up. You're going to be surprised at what's going to happen, and it's just going to fall in your lap. That location getting moved wasn't a bad thing. That location getting moved was a good thing because we've
That
had
was
some
a win.
conversations.
That
That
was
was
a
a
big win
win,
for
and you
me.
wasn't going to do it fast enough. But look at God. He moved you.
Huge
Like, oh,
win.
okay, I'll move you.
But even in that, since then, I've been removed as admin. Me and Jamie had been discussing for 6 months getting Club Baby Doll back up and running. That's what she wanted me to do. She knew that I didn't want to be in the salon. I'm working on raising $150,000 to build my mobile business and create the first ever mobile boutique where we can, me and my new glam squad can jump in my vehicle and go do the same thing we was doing at Baby Doll, but mobily. We coming to the home. We coming to people's weddings. We coming to people's houses. We pulling up at the beach. We are making people feel sexy and loved wherever they are,
I got a
whoever
number
they
for
are.
you. I got a number for you.
Yeah, and so that's what and Jamie knew that was my dream and my vision. I never wanted to be stuck in a salon 9 to 5. That's just not me. And that's one of the complaints in the salon anyway. Like, Double O always gone. She always got somewhere to go. Because I'm busy. I'm a busy bitch. I don't
I have a question. Why do they care what you're doing in the salon? Each of you are
because I
your own business. So why are they
because
monitoring
I didn't
you?
sign up for a career that keeps me stuck somewhere.
Even if you did, why are they worried about you?
I don't know. Maybe they mad because they
Hmm.
picked something where they stuck all day. They can't leave.
They can do whatever they want, but they don't want to do what they listen. I just don't understand. So tell us more about these parties because I will be in Vegas next month. I know I promised you I would come out in April, and then I just found out I will be out there in June.
Okay. So let me finish what I was saying, and then I'll tell you about
Yes.
the party.
Okay.
So I was kicked out. Jamie had made me admin of
Right.
Club Baby Dog group on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me she made me admin, but I'm used to making people. Well, I've only made my manager admin on my page, so I didn't know how it worked. I thought she just made me admin and it was there. So until I was ready, I didn't go into the Baby Doll group and see that I had to approve it or
Mm-hmm.
accept it.
Mm-hmm.
So after she passed away, after the memorial that I didn't attend, um, which we didn't talk about the interview I did the morning before, and that's why everybody's really mad at me because I did this interview the day before the memorial that was completely planned. The girl didn't even know that Jamie had passed away until I was there,
Okay.
and she asked me numerous questions, and I just answered them honestly. I was excluded, and they was very upset that I told everybody that the family wasn't coming. I told everybody that. Like, they was very upset about that, but I'm not sure why the manager got upset because I praised him a lot at the end of that interview, like
Mm-hmm.
very humbly thankful, grateful. He keeping her legacy alive and keeping the salon going. We had just finished construction on a new location, like everything was fine. But then this is when I found out he wasn't fucking with me either. I went in to go accept the admin, and I accepted the request. When it was time for me to put up my flyer for my first party in honor of Jamie, I typed up my first long post in honor of her. We're gonna start doing these parties here in Vegas, um, and I'm doing Thick Thursdays. Um, went to post it as the admin of this page, and my post had to be approved. So I went to go look in the admins, and I was removed as admin, and A Love and Taj was added. Now, again, I don't want to pin anything on anybody, but it just seemed real messy to me. And I know only certain people are capable of adding and removing admins of anything. So I don't know if this was done by the manager or someone else who was admin in there prior. And maybe this is like some doing of the girls. I don't know. I don't know if he did this or one of the other people in the group who was admins as well removed. They had it done. I don't know, but I know I was removed and some people was added who wasn't there before. And I was gonna stress over that. I was really gonna clown over that, and then I thought about it. It was like, bitch, you've been 007 since before this show.
That part.
You've been able to pack a house, throw a party, host parties, do a whole bunch of shit before Baby Doll.
Right.
You don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
This page only got 5,000 members in it. Your page got 18,000 followers in it. Your Instagram got 45,000 followers in it. Why do you think you need these people? Why do you think you need this group? I let it go. I said, because, God ain't going to bless no mess. That's what he not
I still would have acted a fool, but you're much better than me, and I want you to be.
I texted the manager. I did text the manager and asked him to give me a call. That's all I said. I never got a call. This was the beginning of January.
Of course, because you don't want to.
End of January. I'm sorry. This was the end of January, beginning of February, huh?
Of course, because you don't want to own what you did, so no, you're not going to take the call.
No, yeah, but that had happened frequently too. But that's fine. That just lets me know, like, it is what it is, and I just need to move about.
Right.
So I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm very blessed. I feel like when Jamie family, even though Jamie had some issues with her family, personal stuff going on, everybody got some people in their family they don't deal with or have some issues with or might rant to their friends about.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I felt it was important to get blessings from her family regarding even having her clothing, regarding even having the photos out of her house, regarding having anything pertaining to her.
Absolutely.
I felt like, despite what Jamie had said to me about the things she disliked or people she, was upset with or things she was upset with her family, I would never go above them.
Absolutely.
Because I only been in her life 7 years. Some of these
it's a divine order.
Yeah, it's a divine order. And that's another reason why I felt so strongly about being excluded in her memorial.
Absolutely.
Like, I would never do that. Like, some of these girls consider themselves to be best friends. Ain't no way in hell they would have let me exclude them from planning something for the other one. That just don't even sound right.
Sorry.
Like, if I was like, yeah, I don't want to communicate with you, but I'm going to throw this party over here for her. You do what you want to do. You would look at me like I'm crazy. But it's cool when y'all do it. It's a problem when I do it.
I walked in kicking over flowers. I'd have been ripping up obituaries, tossing drinks. I'd have been setting owls loose in there. I'd have been
much pleasure.
It'd have been a water slide.
Nah, sis.
I'm grateful that you did. I'm so proud of you. I'm not wrapped too tight with certain stuff, especially when I'm mourning. I probably would have had a tank in the middle of the floor. I don't know. Who knows? My mind just does crazy things.
No, I was really look. I'm gonna say this. Mm-hmm. If DeMarco was game to go with me, because if I could make up with DeMarco, I could make up with any of them. That's who I was daily arguing and fighting.
Exactly.
In your face, behind the cameras, off the scenes, nigga. If I see you, it's like that.
Right. In real life. It's on every time.
Can make up. Nothing me and you went through on that camera was that bad, bro. Ever.
No.
Ever.
But that's the difference between real love and come up love.
Down for going with me. We was gonna show up. I was gonna show up with security. I was gonna show up in her minks. I was gonna show up. I was gonna show up
Period.
Real
With a
big
marching
in a real
band.
Jamie Lopez way. Real bougie. You wanna meet bougie? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then like spread narratives. Oh, I didn't do it because I was broke. Girl, I offered to pay for it. What do you mean? You of all these people know how much money my daddy left me. You never
But even if they're talking about being
can't
broke,
even sit at the same table.
I'm just saying.
I will
And things
never
was
want nothing for the
donated.
rest of my
You went with
life.
the cheaper place. I'm just saying, don't
I don't
back
know.
people in the
I just
corner
feel
and make them
it
answer
just be
you.
the narrative that be like switching up everything I'm saying. Oh, you just mad because then nobody want to sit on the phone and cry with you. But you did. You didn't hang up. We didn't get off the phone. I got through my turns. We discussed what y'all to move. And like, don't switch shit up on me and try to make it look like something wrong with me or like I'm tripping or like people who do that to me. It's like I can't even argue with you. I'm gonna let you, because anybody who is weak-minded to believe you, they don't need to be around me either. I don't need to deal with them either. So y'all go ahead with this cancel 00 campaign. The real see me, know me, love me, are accepting me, embracing me. You would not believe how many people born and raised in Vegas told me just last night, I'm finna take over Vegas. I'm finna take over the plus size
I was
community
trying
in
to make it
Vegas.
out there. I really was. At 7, I was trying to make it out there. Like, can I
Ask
make it
Seven
out and
how
make it
last
back?
night was. I'm
I was
talking
so
about people, heavy hitters, top DJs hitting me today. Like, yeah, you've been doing this 30 days. I can't wait to see what you're doing in a year. Don't quit. You done built
no,
this
you
up
don't.
like this. Don't quit. And I ain't
So
gonna say
here's the
by
thing.
myself, but pretty much by myself. Nobody's been out recruiting people and getting
Right.
models and hand to hand. Like, I've had people help me financially, split some expenses. Shout out to my bro who got me out the house, DJ. But as far as like drafting, like getting these people to the venue,
Right.
it's been me. And I'm blessed. I'm so blessed that people really fucking with me. And thankful that I'm even doing this in Vegas because ain't nobody did it since January.
So what is the motive of taking away baby dolls from you? That's the vision that you two had and you were trying to carry on in her honor. My question is, if these are people that do something totally different based on who you said was added as admin, they do something totally different. They're not in the being your face, party space. That's not the
I
vibe and
think one of them
connection.
kind of is be trying to be anyway, but
So they're not in that space. What is the point of taking it from you?
that was the hurtful part. It was like, why would you take away the one thing, the last thing this lady left me to do? But then when I thought about it, it was like, she ain't take nothing. I don't need Jamie's name to continue her legacy. It's in my heart. I don't need to use her name for any type of clout or fame. That's the main reason her name ain't on there, because I don't want that to be the next topic. Like, I don't, y'all using her name. You so hyped to be begging people to put you in admins and bigger groups that you in that's got 52,000. Oh, like, you don't know who's communicating with me and telling me what. Like, the loyalty ain't always with you, boo. But shit get
Some
around.
people do things to see what length you will go to as well, so they can win you out, and they won't work with you because you have done something, and they like, oh, you was willing to do that. Bet I did that to see what you would do. I'm cool. I'm not dealing with you. And the whole
And
time you thinking you're doing something good.
I had to prove a point to myself because before I was a rap artist, before I was a fashion stylist, I was a party promoter. I was throwing the biggest parties in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
So this ain't do nothing but revive something in me that's been sitting dormant since I started rapping. I
That
quit
fight.
throwing parties when I became an artist.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and then I moved to LA and became a full-time artist. Like, all this happened within the same time. So this has done nothing but revived something that's laid dormant in me for years that I knew I could do and have always done. This ain't do nothing but bring me back to myself. So it was important it became very important to me to do it under my own name and brand because I feel like I had something to prove to myself that I really could do this shit. I've been did this. I didn't need Club Baby Doll Group. I didn't need the Baby Dolls. I didn't need nobody but a little push from my friend and maybe a little financial help to get the promo going. And 30 days later, I'm throwing the biggest parties of the week in
That's
Vegas
so awesome.
with one of the number one DJs in the city, Kelly J. That was so big.
That's so
Last
awesome.
night was so big for me. And everybody showed up and showed out. Like, it was crazy. Very
That's so
impressed. She was very impressed. She was, I can't believe you did this in 3 days. From the hospital in bed.
So going forward, all thick Thursdays are going to be at the new club?
Crush Restaurant and Lounge. Crush Lounge Restaurant. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So everybody, if you're in that area going to visit on a Thursday, make sure you attend. Make sure you follow 007 as well so you can know of all of the events that she has coming up because she's literally busy almost every day. So we want to go out and support her and go out and have fun. Period.
Yes, please come have fun. The most feedback I've been getting is like, thank you for creating this space where we can just come be who we are. So it's a lingerie themed party.
Okay.
I do a weekly model search where I pick 3 girls to be a part of the finale at the end of the month.
Okay.
And they claim the prize of being the model of the month. So last night we picked our very first model of the month, our Thick Thursday March model of the month.
Okay.
Her name was Cynthia, and she's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
Congratulations, Cynthia.
I cannot wait to do her photo shoot. She gets a free photo shoot, a free custom bra design, as well as she gets to be on my website. I'm rebuilding my website. So when I do things, it got to be with purpose. Now, I'm doing this for everyone else, but I got to get something out of it. Okay.
Absolutely.
As an entrepreneur, I always got to figure out how I can do something to help someone, but also get something out of it that helps further or enhance my brand.
Absolutely.
So because I don't have any friends here, I do have some, but they all business professionals. They be busy just like me. But like I don't have no legit, hey girl, what you doing? Come go to the mall with me type friends. That was my first criteria. I'm meeting people, I'm engaging, I'm meeting people so I can find my Vegas community and my group of friends, right?
Okay.
But the second thing that's most important to me is I needed models. I have a lot of fashion shows coming up. I needed models for product shoots. So right now when you go to Big Intimates, you'll see all this stuff I used to sell that I really don't sell no more.
Okay.
But when you first go there, the only thing you can really do is book an appointment. But if you go look and search, you'll see all this stuff that I don't sell no more. My goal with my website is to only have my customs on there now because I don't really sell all these products. So it'll be my merch store with my t-shirt, lipstick, lingerie, glasses, lashes, all that stuff. And then bigintimates.com is going to be just for my customs now.
Okay.
So I'm getting all these models to do photo shoots with my products. I'm going to have them in my bras. I'm going to have them in the lingerie I sell. I'm going to have them in different styling reels, different things like that. So I needed a plethora of different type of women in order to pull off this huge
and you
promo
call me? How
you girl, you don't gotta be in the audition. You already I'm gonna call you when it's time.
You bling out everything, and I'm not one of the. Oh,
come on! I'm not gonna put you in no competition. That'll be an insult. You just picked on hand. That's without question. You can come be a judge one week.
I am. We talked about that. That's why I promised you April. Yes, so I am coming out. I am.
Definitely can come be a judge. I would not have you walk. If you want to walk, you can walk. Don't get it fucked up. If you want to walk, you can walk. But
maybe
I would
later
love for you to come out and be a judge.
Absolutely. But so you're building up your website.
Yeah, so I'm building up my website. So that's the other thing. I'm building my website. I'm having girls just on hand for fashion shows, and also product photo shoots and things like that. So I just needed girls on demand for my own personal endeavors, but also it is a huge need for a real ass plus size community here. Like there's small little clicky patches, but
Right.
nowhere other than Thick Thursdays right now that I know of where you can go and just wear your lingerie, feel comfortable, feel cute. It's a lot of guys, a lot of girls, it's gays, it's everything is in the room. Nobody is
Nice.
excluded. No, like you heard, like that's what almost made me cry when we was watching that bio when I said nobody's left behind. A lot of times I feel left behind, but I make sure that nobody feel left behind. Like that is my motto for life. I don't want nobody to feel no kind of way. If you short, I will find a stool for you. If you too big, I will find somewhere you can sit. If you
Right.
too,
Right.
like
No, that's
last night,
real.
I'm telling you, last night I was the camera girl, the flyer maker. I brought my ring light. That Jamie bought me this expensive ring light, it's like $500, and she bought both of us one. And so I took that to the club last night, and it was the spotlight when the artist was performing, and I was moving
Okay.
it with them. I was behind them. They was like, "We like you, Double O. Like you just be doing everything." I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm an artist too. I don't want to perform in the dark. I'm gonna follow him around with this light. I bring
Period.
value to
I
everything that I
give what
do."
I want. I don't mind getting my
Yeah,
hands dirty. If it's your turn, I'll walk behind you, patting your hair, fixing your bra, doing this, doing
I
that.
was like,
That's
yeah, I
what
was
I
like, didn't
want.
nobody even ask me to do this. I brought this light to light up my banner. But
Mm,
when it's artists performing, I want them to be seen. I want them to feel appreciated. I want them, they
right.
got their people in here. And because I collaborated with her event. So mine is just like pretty much like a plush strip. We come in there, we
Okay.
strut our shit, we have on our lingerie, we dance, we party, and then we do the model walk. We pick our three girls and we go home.
Okay.
But she have artists on her night and different
Okay.
things as well, and we just collaborated, and it was a beautiful, I must say, beautiful collaboration.
I saw so many people saying that they was going. I was so sad. I was like, I can't wait to go this month. But I was so sad. But I was happy to see so many people was going. So that was
Yeah.
cool. I was like, I like seeing her things fall into place for her because life isn't so fair all the time. But
Mm-mm.
and you haven't fought back, but God will fight back for you and he'll bless you along the way. And that shows that in any space. And what I really love when things work out for what I call normal people is we're not perfect. We still cuss, we still drink, we still do things we're not supposed to technically do, but that don't take away from your position with our God. And I personally feel if you're not doing people wrong, God is going, those things you got to work out is between you and him. It's not hurting one of his other kids. I feel like you will
Mm-hmm.
still be blessed along the way because he know we trying. He died for our sins because he know we're going to have them. So still do and be a good person and things will come to fruition. If it's not, you're probably a fucked up person. How about you stop being one? It's not everybody else. It's you. Because all of us still have this person passed away. I'm mourning. I was in the hospital. I'm sad. I got anxiety. We're still normal, but our external, what we give, the energy we pull, we was happy to talk to each other all day. That made our day better. You feel me? But yesterday, I was having a bad day and I was tired. That don't mean we're not normal. We don't fake this
Mm-hmm.
life. We live this life and try to give it the best we have so we can get the best we have.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's willing to sacrifice. You said something that any entrepreneur with some damn sense would say. I'm doing this because I also need something. I'm not charging for this. I want to do this to highlight these girls. And in return, I'm going to get what I need, build a community, whatever I need. Too many people too worried about money in a place where they shouldn't be worried about money because they're not humble enough to say, I need to. And I'm
So
one of
many people are
those
like,
that's
you
so
should
being
charge
humble.
them to be in the model search. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Why would
No.
you do something like that? Like, what is wrong with people?
No.
And it ends you cut yourself when you could have really built up a person that got your back and whatever it is they can do outside of even that space. If you needed a flyer, a pedicure, a wig, or whatever, they now gonna think about you, and that is a person on demand, not that one
These
thing.
girls from this day forward will forever show up for me.
Period.
And
Period.
that means so much more to me than $50.
That's the difference between being wealthy and being rich. A wealthy person knows what to do to build true wealth in their life. I don't care if you can give me money. Sometimes I just need you to give me you or your
Mhm.
expertise or something I would have never known. Do you know what we know? So how do we forget when we get to a certain space that all the knowledge that it took us to get there and that we still don't know everything? Why do you think people, especially plus size community, we've always fought. Now we get into a place where we're making bread. Why do you want to get in that space and act silly like other people versus remaining humble, giving back, never forgetting, never doing nobody like that? Why do you think girls, mostly girls, why do you think girls act like that? I'm not comfortable in a lot of spaces I go to because girls are mean to me. Why?
Yeah, and I think I used to be able to deal with it more when I was younger. I think that's why I have anxiety now because I don't know how to internalize those things. I really be upset on the inside, but I don't react the way that I used to.
Right.
So it'd be shocking to me, but I I have to just pray for those type of people. Like it's nothing you can do about it. You have to literally let go and let God for them because they it's karma is gonna hit them every time they sit. Like I don't you ask me how do I deal with it, I don't. I don't. I remember I told you I don't have no fight no more. I'm the runaway queen, bride. I do not face confusion. I won't do it because it's not worth it. I'll be damned if I knowing that I have anxiety issues if I'm screaming
Mhm.
and hollering and arguing with you and then I
Yeah.
fall out and have a heart attack and that be the
Right.
last thing I did.
Right.
I'm not
Well, why
doing
do
it.
you think girls do it? You've been in this space a lot longer than me, in especially in entertainment and all that. Why do you think that they
Usually it's
do it?
jealousy. And like you said, they just fucked up individuals, but usually it's jealousy or envy. Like, and some of that you can't fix. That's why I start my song off important with you. You said that too, but I didn't mean physically ugly. That was a euphemism for what's on the
Right.
inside of you. That shit is not fixable. It's not fixable. I'm fat, you ugly. I can fix fat, you can't fix ugly. It's
That
it's
part.
not fixable. Some people
And
is
like,
just born like that. And you have to look at their track record, look at their history. Where they lifelong 30-year friends? Where they what they family say about them? You know what I mean? Like let's dig down into it. Like if I was in a room with your family, what would they say about you?
right.
If I was in a room with your childhood friends, what would they people who have been knowing you 20 plus years, what would they say about you?
Hell, what would your kids say about you for some of them?
Don't none of us got no kids. Oh, you talking about people in general.
Hmm.
Okay.
Talking about in general.
But even that, what that's true too though. Like,
I'm
and
just
even
being
in some
serious.
cases, like with some of my friends, like what would your kids say about you when you're not around?
Hmm. Hmm. I think it's really sad. I think that this space, we could move so much faster in this space if more of us came together and put together our efforts and things like that, which is why I wanted a space. So I looked and there was no space that primarily focused on plus size women, um, and then Black, to create a space where we could show that we have all of these dynamics and all of these different things, and especially in the creative space. Yes, we have educations and all of that, but that's because that's how we make our money. We didn't have the avenues other people have. So just being in entertainment already is a gamble. Then to try to be plus size
Mm-hmm.
and Black, you cutting down your odds every time. I'm not finna live my life broke and defeated and keep getting beat down when I could just go to school, get an education, make the money I want to make, and pick something second that I like. But now some of us are getting a double back, go into the space, enjoy the space. But how do people get in it and all of a sudden you just feel like you everything you never really think you are? So stop playing. You have the same insecurities as everybody else. As a woman, you have them. So you walking around like your shit don't stink, treating people bad, gunning for things. You can gun the way you gun because that's what's gunned at you. That's how you can do it so well. But you becoming a mastermind of being a bitch. How? You becoming a mastermind of being a backstabber. How? In real life, I
And that
really
ain't
want to
my
tell some people
pedigree. That
it
ain't
ain't
my
my pedigree.
pedigree.
And like I tell people outside of this shit, some of y'all gonna get fucked up in real life. You better stop playing with people. Everybody don't have a calm, ain't healing, and some people is healing and still hit your ass because they don't care. They getting tired. Yes, I am at one with myself, and I'm still gonna punch you in your face because your mama didn't whip you enough. Your mama should have whipped you more. What is your problem? So no, that is going to be something that we talk about totally different because we're going to have a couple of interviews because y'all, she just got so much. But I felt like the first place to start because we're ending Q1 today. So many amazing things have happened for everybody that I know. That's a good person. And I've shared it with y'all before. God told me last year that this year was our year. So those of us that have been holding on, invested, our harvest is coming. And so it don't mean it don't gonna be problems, but our harvest is coming. And Q1, excuse my language, we've been fucking shit up. I'm just saying. And I'm so super proud because it didn't just happen. It's been worked on for a very long time. And so I wanted us to talk, me and 007, because I feel like she needs to leave in Q1 those traumatic things that happened to her. And she had the right to tell her fans her true story. Because what we see on the show is, I will say what I saw. When you did talk, you were defending your best friend on things that she wouldn't say. And you saw on the show she wouldn't say them. So if Asia did something to Jamie and then you said something to me, my biggest problem or biggest focus should be on Asia being better, not whose mouth it came out of, because everybody knows you was talking for Jamie. So if you don't like it, stop doing it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, most of the issues is things that I've been saying in interviews, and I don't really care enough. But because my friend was hurting and crying to me and ranting to me about how she was affected by the things that was being said or laughed about in a snickery little way on the show, those things were very hurtful to her. And it's not my business or my place to tell them how she felt. But what I did was go in interviews and defend her. The things that she was, the things that I was saying was me defending her. Saying the things that she wanted to say, but because of her grace and her aura and who she is and who she's always made herself to be, such a peaceful and quiet and not feisty person, like, it would scare you to hear Jamie cuss you out because you never seen it.
Right.
But the one time I got cussed out, I cried. I cussed her back out, but I never seen her mad. I actually seen her mad at a few other people before I ever seen her mad with me. But I felt bad because I made her mad. And she gives so much. How could you ever make this lady mad or talk bad about her? Right. And if you don't feel like the things you were saying and doing was talking bad about her, something really wrong with you.
And let's just clear up. Let me specify in this area. The show came out, and everybody knows you create the show today. It could come out months later, right? So you could have interacted with this person. The things that you say behind with the green screen, all of those things are going to come out when the show comes out. When you have a camera with you, there is a camera in my car. There is a camera right there. You have cameras everywhere. So either one, watch your mouth, or two, be ready to own the shit when it happens. So what she is speaking about is when the show comes out, now Jamie gets to see, everybody gets to see how Asia and Hilda might have been talking, how this person might have been talking, how I might have been talking in my own confessional. So when those things come out, think about this. If this was months before, you possibly didn't know me. By the end, you would think you would have a different perspective. And at this point, you probably would visit some things and been like, dang, I didn't mean for it to come out like that. And you reach out, you apologize, whatever. Jamie didn't get that. And how do you not feel like what you said on day one, when everybody looked at you like, then why are you going? How did you not play that back and look at it and think, dang, I didn't have to say that. I didn't have to say it like that. Maybe I should. It's over this much later.
Leadership don't belong in the same sentence.
They said some things. They said some things that would make you really, the Jamie and leadership, I'm going to do, I'm this, I'm that. Oh, I'm not help. How are you starting with somebody else? That's like somebody knocking on your door and coming in your house and telling you what you gonna do in your house, insulting your shit, all of that. But oh, make sure you turn. Then it's time to take a selfie. Oh, make sure you get me in a good spot. How could you want to be in a selfie when you just talking about being in my house? I thought my house was. You get what? You don't go in somebody's space, and for you to have that same behavior at the end and not even look back and think, dang, I didn't mean for it to come out like that. That's not what I was thinking. Let me talk to this person. I got a problem with that. Not one thing you don't feel like you should have did that,
From my knowledge, nobody had even her new number other than me and Astra.
but you taking over groups and you giving events and you see where I personally, I just don't think it's okay. I mean, you don't do people like that. Somebody's death is not your come up. And I don't think that they're doing it for a come up. I mean, I'm not judging that far. I'm not judging at all. I'm talking about what I saw, what I don't like,
I don't
and
think
I
it's a come
admit it
up
to
either.
her.
I just think it's weird as fuck, and they've been controlling
It's
this whole
just, yeah.
time. And I think like somebody had made a comment like, "Oh, when she asked me to do my makeup, it felt like a sense of entitlement." It wasn't even a tone of entitlement. The shit y'all doing now feel like entitlement shit, and y'all have no right. Y'all have no right. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. The shit is pathetic. And that ain't even from me. That's me talking like my mama, because that's the shit my mama said to me.
Yeah, you sound like a mama right now. But sometimes to get to that point, like I just said, some of y'all didn't get whoopings when y'all was young, and you could tell. I will say this, and we'll wrap it up with this because it is going to be a part two. I do want to hear. Maybe we'll talk about the bras after I. Oh, I know when we'll do it when I come out there to judge. Because
Wait, we can't leave without talking about this EP I
please,
dropped.
oh my gosh, no, we can't. No, we can't. No, we
We cannot
cannot.
leave without
Jesus,
talking about myself.
Jesus. No,
Oh
we
my
cannot.
goodness.
No, we cannot. So I'll wrap up before she starts. We're going to wrap this part up and get into the good things, the wins for Q1. Oh my gosh. What I was going to say is that, ladies, it is never a time where you can't make it right and you can't apologize. It's nothing you can do about the things that happened in the past, but there are things that you can do for the future. Please don't let your pride get in the way, because it's not okay. Some of the things, even if you don't agree with all, please do some soul searching and make it right, because the fans love you all. I think you all are beautiful ladies. You have things to offer the world, but it wasn't right. And I'm sorry. We'll leave it at that, but go ahead and tell about the EP. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I forgot. Okay, go ahead.
So I put out an EP on my birthday, 5-song EP that included Important. So I re-put out Important because the song just will never die. People don't even want to hear the new stuff. And I'm like, bro, it's good music. Then they hear it and they be like, it is, but then, okay, do Important after.
I
Like,
can't stop playing it on repeat. I'm guilty.
I know, and then too, it's been revived since the show. And not even since the show, it just really never died. Like, it's a timeless record. I still get bookings off that show 8 years later. But this project was really important to me because I haven't put out any other music under my own brand, other
Okay.
than the music that you hear on the TV shows. Creed, that was put out by the company that I do my sync music with. Um,
Okay.
but as far as me and my team putting a project together and putting out some music, this is the first thing I've dropped since I put out Important in 2015. So it was very, very, very emotional, and it was very exciting for me to drop this on my birthday. It was actually a surprise for me too. I didn't even know this was coming out. What happened was my brother called me and was like, "What you want for your birthday? You just want some money or something like you usually do?" And I was like, "I mean, that's cool, whatever." And he was like, "Well, what, you want to put some music out?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about putting out an EP." And I was like, "What?" He
Hmm.
was like, "Yeah, on your birthday." I was like, "That's in 6 days. What do you mean?" Yeah, we just gonna surprise the fans. We just gonna drop it. We not gonna promo or nothing. So
Okay.
everywhere I go, I gotta talk about it because a lot of people still don't know. And these parties that have me so overwhelmed, so I haven't been putting my reels and stuff together for the music. But I'm about to get a new assistant, so that's gonna start happening for me. I got an intern who I'm thinking about working with who can do some reels and content for me.
What's your favorite
But yeah,
song?
check out the EP. The leading song is myself, and it's just like I feel like I was on my Kanye shit, but it's
Okay.
basically me expressing and reintroducing myself to the world. Like I'm just not taking no more shit. Like and stop with this fake shit, the drama. Learn how to keep it 100 with yourself. Like I cannot lay my head on my pillow if I knew I told somebody a lie or did some bullshit. So I don't know how anybody else can, but that's just not my, like I said, it's not my pedigree. So I be on like just really keeping it 100, and I think that's another reason why a lot of these girls and some people get upset with me is because I really do keep it solid. Like I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm
Mm-mm.
telling it like it is. I'm not. Thank you. I'm not. I'm just. I'm not. I'm done with the bullshit. Ain't no more patty
Good,
cakey with nobody.
good, good.
So
So
I hope y'all love
if you
the
wanted to
song.
tell us what song to listen to first, what song would you tell us to listen first? Those of us that can't stop listening to Important.
I would say just start from number one and go through. Of
Okay.
course, I want you to listen to myself because you feel the pain and the hurt that I've been through over the years with losing friends, people who I thought were good friends to me that aren't. And I'm not just talking about cast members. I've had people
Right.
been friends with 20 years who stabbed me in my back on my journey of getting to where I am now. Like so, yeah, it's been some situations, but you know, the more you grow, the more you realize who can't go. And I'm grateful and thankful to God that He just keeps showing me and keep softening, kind of not really softening, but hardening my heart so that I can stop being so sad and depressed when these type of situations happen because it really do hurt me. It hurt me to even hurt other people. It hurt me to even pop my shit too much. Later, I'll be like, damn, did I do too much?
I do. I'd be
Because I
like,
know God
ah,
ain't going to bless that. You know what I mean? I want to keep being blessed. And in order to do that, I got to remain the genuine, sweethearted, humble person that I've been. Like I am from Ferguson. Like I tell motherfuckers, like it's in me. It ain't on me, but it's in me. So don't
it's
and
on me
I
and
try not to
in
be
me
around
and
people
on the
who
tip of
bring
my
that out of me.
tongue.
Yeah, I try not to be around people who bring that out of me because that's what
That,
they really want. They want me
that.
to act like them, and I won't allow it. I won't allow it.
I'm so
They're
proud
not
of
gonna
you.
take me back to nothing I healed from in my younger years.
I like
That's
that
it.
perspective because I'll be thinking, keep fucking with me and I'm going to give you what you asking for because you don't believe then my short ass will do it. But just so you know, I will dog walk you. And then I say to myself says, huh? And I'd be like, girl, go to bed. And I'd be like, after I finish this work.
Let me tell
Exactly.
you
You too
something.
busy.
Let me tell you something. It is a I ain't gonna say an evil side, but it's a side of me that be wanting to be.
Putting
And
people in their place.
this is a side of Jamie that only I used to see too. But she had a mouth on her. She would talk her shit, but to me. And I used to be like,
Good.
why you don't say this shit to them? Like but even me, like my tongue is sharp. It's some shit I could say about somebody that will destroy them inside, outside, publicly, internally, mentally. Like
But no
I can
good
do some.
person wants to do that. You don't want to do it. You do it
I
because
wouldn't. I'm
somebody
not gonna
won't
do it.
back up. That's the only way to get them to back up. It's not that, oh, I want to do this to somebody. To your point, you feel bad after, and then you feel bad for feeling bad. It's not over when I cuss you out. Can I cuss you out in that way? I can. Does it make me feel better? It doesn't. That's my defense. How am I going? That's why we try all of these things before. Can you please just leave me alone? Just leave me alone. Not responding, not doing what you do to me. At a certain point, you put me in fight or flight. And if you put me in fight or flight, trust and believe since you started with me, I've been thinking about what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, because
I got so many punchlines. You don't even
period,
know.
period. And it don't have nothing to do with being fat, black, brown. No, that's the easy shit. No, I'm coming. I'm coming hard.
I got
That's why I
so
don't
much
want to do it.
saved up. I got like if the day ever come that I stop flighting, because right now I'm in straight flight mode. Ain't no
I
fight.
am in flight.
I'm in flight mode.
I'm
If
in
ain't
flight.
no fight. But if
I don't have
one
it in
day
me.
I decide to go ahead and fight, baby, and
It's on.
you better know it's gonna be for a check. It ain't gonna never be for Instagram. It ain't gonna never be for 5 people in a text message. It
I
ain't gonna
try to
never
tell the
be for none
people.
of that, baby. It's going to be for a big check. You better know it's gonna be big cameras around, and we're gonna run it back again. The only way I'm gonna be in fight mode. I'm sorry, but be ready, cause my blades is sharp. I got so much in the chamber. I could say, want to say, can't wait to say, baby. Do not play with me. Play with your pussy.
But that's
I'm
what
sorry. Can
happens
I
when
talk
you
like
have.
that on here? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. See, look, it's scripted. I'm trying to tell you, we're trying to keep it in. That's why we were trying to say I'm not better than nobody. I make different choices. I make different decisions. It's a discipline. The shit is hard because the first thing you want to do, just like a parent who pops you in the mouth, which y'all might not know about that because it don't seem like y'all discipline y'all kids. But anyway, back in the day, the first time you got smart, it was like the Donald Duck cartoon and your beak be on the floor because they natural reaction was, and they ain't never stopped from talking this way. If you grew up like that, you understand. Just leave people alone. You don't know what somebody is going through. It's not really worth it. At the end of the day, it's not going to make you feel good. It's not worth it. You end up going, it's just too much. You're an adult bully. Just to
And
keep it
I've
100.
realized that whatever real issues these people got with me, it really don't even got nothing to do with
It
me.
ain't
It's
with
something.
you. It's internal. It's internal.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, child. So, before we go, because you done got me all hyped up and I'm thinking where I can go do crime or something. I don't know. This is one of them wish a nigga would conversation. Look, don't. I'm gonna turn my phones off. Okay, I'm not even gonna look on social media because the first person that says something, I'm gonna talk about your mama. Okay, so don't. No, I've actually been blessed in this space. My first thing and being nervous in this space was, what if it's a comment there that's really bad and I wake up to it and blah blah blah. Then I had to think the world don't know me. All I could do is keep coming in front of the camera, letting them get to know me, letting them to see the inside of me. But even people that you love with everything in you will turn their back on you, lie on you, do whatever. So that is something I can't control. So if a lie is put out that was should have embarrassed me, it's not going to. I really don't care. I haven't done anything to anybody, so it's nothing I can control in that space. I'm going to have fun and do what I love, enjoy
Mm-hmm.
meeting people, use my discernment, and that's it. So I will say that I will be I'll be in Vegas this month. I know that Portia will be coming back on. And then hopefully I can do an interview with 007 while I'm in Vegas. If not, I'll for sure have a crew with me recording backstage. I say that because in case we just want a little girl time and we want to talk, she knows I will turn off the camera. So I will try. But if not, we will be back for sure. But this will be our first time meeting in person. So if we just want to chill, we're gonna chill because we need a break. And I don't need her in the
Yeah,
hospital. And we was worried about her last time. She need a break a little bit.
I
So
did.
you did. So I say that to say I am so grateful to have met you. I'm so thankful that
Same.
you decided to come on the show. We
Same.
actually talk in between. So I've strengthened my, not even plus size community, I've strengthened my Black woman sisterly community, and we check on each other all the time. We make each
Yes,
other laugh.
yes.
So I love it. Um, I hope you
That black
enjoyed
girl
being on the
magic.
show. Period. I hope you enjoy being on the show. We look
I
forward to
have
seeing everything in store for you. What do you want to say before you go?
nothing. Just make sure you stream. Other than make sure you stream the music. Miss 007 Music, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, most streaming platforms. Make sure you tune in, and just stream that music. Follow me on all social media. You see the name Miss 007 Music. On most platforms, you'll find me. And yeah, if you're ever in Vegas, come see me Thick Thursdays. We a crush with Kelly J.
Okay. Well, I'm super excited. I cannot wait. Hold on. That's from that's
Uh-oh. Maybe I'm here by myself. Is it the Madame Asia takeover by Miss 007?
uh-oh.
I think
I'm so
so.
sorry. Okay. I was trying to remove something.
I was about to take over, girl.
No, I am so sorry. I'm pretty sure that I hit a doggone button, but I am sorry. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to come out there. I've been hearing a lot about the Thursday night, so I can't wait to come, child. I done ordered the outfit and everything. You know how I do, sparkles
Okay,
everywhere. Um, so I am coming to judge, and I cannot wait. Happy birthday!
let me
Congratulations!
know
I'm
when.
so
I'm
proud of
doing
you.
a full day on 420. I don't know if you 420 or not, but 420. This is my first time announcing this too, so this is new news.
Okay.
420, I'm doing a pregame, so we having a 420 smoke session at this new studio I'm partnered with, Studio
Okay.
1920. A good friend I just met, actually, he's from St. Louis too. So anybody
Okay.
from St. Louis, we always link up, team up. But I'm having a happy hour,
Okay.
420 happy hour, Thick Thursdays at the studio, and it's gonna be lit. We're gonna pregame before the actual Thick Thursdays, and we're gonna go crazy.
Okay. Let me mark my calendar for that because I think I'm trying to come out that weekend, actually. I just got a photo shoot on that Saturday, but if I can make it out by then, I'll come on Thursday and come back home Saturday morning. Okay, I will.
Okay,
So,
okay.
let me do a toast to you. So, I'm
I
actually going
don't
to
got
do
none.
a toast. No, you can smoke and blow.
Okay. Look, babe, I quit smoking cigarettes the week before Jamie passed away.
You've been knocking out goals like you have no
Man,
idea how
I
many
smoked
goals you
20
told
years
me.
straight. 20 years straight. I went cold turkey.
I'm following right behind you. I will say that. So I am toasting to many more amazing things happening. I am toasting to the plus size girl that is okay being plus size. She does not want to be skinny. She is okay. And I'm toasting to the world allowing her to be okay. I am toasting to more men actually stepping up and saying, I like plus size girls. And no, I am not settling and I will give her the
Okay.
word. Period. I am toasting to the skinny girl who can't accept that, but is about to get your lips popped off to find whatever it is that you need in your space to be comfortable in your space without watering down our space and diminishing it. Here's what I will say. If you are not comfortable watching us glow in the space that we are in and receiving it as genuine, you paying a little too much attention to us and you need to be paying attention to you and the shit you accepting because my nigga don't do me like that. None of them have. And the ones that do lose their mind, they pay for losing their mind.
Okay.
I'm just saying, plus size is not settling. Plus size is actually an upgrade for a lot of people, and they recognize that. So get your shit together. Everybody don't want to be skinny. Cheers.
Ah!
Because I don't
Cheers.
want it. Cheers. I'm just saying. So that is it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. Make sure you go and follow 007. Please make
Follow
sure
me.
you listen to the EP is 5 songs. I know you're going to listen to the first one and then you're going to get stuck. Okay? Don't do that. You got to go to the next one because I put it on repeat. My bad. I'll fix it. I'll go to the other ones. But make sure that you pay attention. Bling bras, they are beautiful. They are handmade. Go take a look at those. Just study her and what she is doing because she is definitely somebody to follow. And then pray for her as she mourns from the loss of her father, the dog, Jamie. Just keep people in your prayers that are going through it because they're still giving out amazing things to the world and they deserve
Yeah.
that. So I will end with that. I will say thank you. It was an honor, and I can't wait to
Thank
see you.
you.
And that is it. So good night.
Good night.